You see, the journey of trading is a lonely journey. And the reason I tell you this is a lonely journey is because a lot of the time, when you are seeking validation from other people about your trading or about the trades you've taken or the trades you're going to take or the success you are going to reach and all those things, not only do you release a certain amount of dopamine into your brain, which makes you feel like you've already achieved those goals which you haven't achieved yet, but you also slow yourself down. Now, a lot of people, we all have these things inside which are stopping our belief, and you want to say, how do I let people know that I'm successful in what I do? Or how do I have belief in myself, self-belief in myself, when I haven't proven and I haven't got the results of someone who's successful in this or that? Now, the truth is, your success shouldn't reflect your self-belief. Because if you believe you can do something, then this has to be a journey which you believe you can do. Now, a lot of the time, the mistake a lot of you make is you attach so much other people to this goal which you want by telling them, yes, I'm going to be a trader, I'm going to be a millionaire trader, I'm going to do all of this. And I understand it when we're young and also when we're older and we just started something new, you want to involve so much people, but you have to understand that success is a lonely path. And that's success for every single different person. Even people who are married, success for them can be two different things. When it comes to self-belief, and this is for the trader who hasn't made it yet, but who's putting in the effort and putting in the time and putting in the work, the best thing you can do is be silent. Learn and do it in silence. And simply the reason this is the best thing you can do is because when you decide to share and expose these things you're doing, you aren't only triggering the dopamine in your brain to make you believe that you've already achieved this thing which you haven't. Let's cover that first. The reason why we don't want to do that is because that is going to make you more complacent. It's actually working against you, exposing what you are getting into. Now, secondly, the moment you start to attach other people to the outcome of your goal, it now becomes egotistical. It's not about you wanting this thing for yourself, but it's because you want to show it to these people. And that's perfectly fine. I understand it. We are humans. We're social creatures. So we do want to naturally share these wins, these losses, these things with people and understand people's perspective. But you have to understand, right now you are trying to be a 1% person. Most people lose money in this industry. A lot of people lose on their way to success. And those losses are going to be very hard to confront. And there's going to be a lot of negative talk around what you are doing when you decide to share it with everyone. I'm not saying to share it with no one. If you can, that's probably the best bet. But when you attach other people to your goals, you have to understand that you aren't only just telling them about your goals, but the next time they see you, when it's now been 6 months to a year, and they say, how's that thing going for you? And they're saying, oh yeah, I stopped that, or it's going alright, or yeah man, just going through all of this. Now you're looking at yourself, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I need to lock on this, but you're rushing yourself, you're rushing your process. No one who has become successful has done it in under a year. Anyone who's even successful doesn't do it in under a year. Okay? And people who win the lottery aren't successful people either. This is you cultivating a skill, a life skill, something which can take your life trajectory in a completely different direction. And what you have to understand is this is a very solopreneur journey. Trading doesn't need anyone else but yourself. Yes, other people can help you, psychologists, teachers, all of that stuff. But I mean, you don't need, you're not a footballer. You don't need a team, okay? So when it comes to things like that, everything relies on you. It all comes back to you. All the weight is on you. Trading is hard enough by itself. It's harder now for you to decide to include other people into this journey. Because now it's not only about the hardships what you face, but it's the hardships what you face plus the questions, plus the expectations of other people, which don't need to be there. It doesn't. There's no reason that other people's expectations should be on you. Unless you tell them that. Now, when they ask you that question, they say this. You can't blame them. You can't say, oh, why is this guy always messaging me, asking me about this? You've invited them in. That can slow down your process. It's something a lot of people have to understand. That silence, when it comes to growth, is your best friend. It might not feel like it in the moment, but it is your best friend. We always want to show people, a result. And that pressure can also build diamonds. I remember when I first started trading, especially at least when I first started posting YouTube videos of trading, and I was passing a few prop firm accounts. I think like my first 4 YouTube videos, not on this account but on my old account. I passed a few prop firm accounts and stuff. And someone mentioned, oh, you're passing accounts but you haven't got no proof of payouts and stuff. I was just posting videos just for the sake of it, if I'm being honest. Like I just love YouTube. And that put more pressure on myself and I went harder. And once I went harder, I got my payouts, I got my big payouts, showing it and everything, and that's great. Social creatures, we do that. But what I can actually suggest from you, from someone who's done it and now learned from that, if you have no passion for YouTube or passion for teaching or passion for anything along those lines, stay away from involving your trading career to any social media. And the only reason I tell you that is because you completely take any other external pressure away from yourself. You do not need it if you don't want it. Now, if you are someone who's willing to go against the grain, you like the pressure, you feel like it's a challenge, that's how I feel, then do it. It's okay. But you have to understand, if you expose that truth to more people, you are putting more pressure on yourself. You are putting more pressure on yourself for when you fail, or because you will fail. That's part of the game. You'll fail and you'll learn from it and make better own and fail from it, and adversity. That's what we live for. Okay? Just don't do it if you don't have to, okay? So, if I'm going to teach you anything in this lesson, if you want self-belief, if you really want to believe in yourself, you have to realize you're going on a journey, and this journey is best taken alone. It's called self-belief for a reason, because it's your belief in yourself. Everyone can lie about and explain these things and these feelings, okay? Oh yeah, I believe in myself, I'm so confident, I'm that guy. Where is that self-belief really shown? When you show that character to yourself. Self-belief is when you show up to the market and follow your plans consistently. When you build those results consistently. And not only results, but when you show yourself, when you consistently prove back to back to back that you are the person worth those things which you claim that you want. When you can prove to yourself that is the person you are, then, and only then, will those results start to flourish to you. And when I mean results, I mean the results of self-belief, self-confidence, knowing what you do and knowing what you are doing. In trading, if you want self-belief, if you want it nice and quick, laid out on the table for you, yeah? You want self-belief, you want confidence in the market, make sure you are backtesting. You want self-belief, you want confidence in yourself, make sure you are showing up for yourself every day as your best self. If you want self-belief and confidence in life, make sure you are a person who does what they say they're going to do to themselves. I'm not saying you can't go wrong. I'm not saying you can't let things in. But the more you prove to yourself that it's fine to let things slide. You miss one gym session, that's okay. The moment you miss 2 gym sessions in a row, now you aren't making it easier to go back to the gym, you're making it harder. You're proving to yourself that you aren't the person who does what they say they're going to do. So yes, we can go on tilt. You can break your rules, that's perfectly fine. But the next day, you need to make sure you aren't only showing up as your best self, as a refined self, but as a person who knows I've made a mistake, I won't make it again. The way you become a successful trader fast isn't through not making mistakes. It's how fast you can make a mistake, fix it, learn from it, and move on. If you don't learn from it, then that's perfectly fine. Just keep making it. Stay in that loop. If you want to find out the results of that, go back in my videos. That's called The Loop. It's going to show you. It's going to show you what happens when you stay in a loop. A constant loop. A loop where you deter yourself, where you just break at yourself in a negative light. The thing about loops is they're actually quite great. They teach you quite a lot. You keep a positive reinforcement loop, it's going to teach you the right things to do. You're going to start making the right moves. You're going to be moving in the right direction. You can fall off of it and then just hop back straight on. If you hop back on straight on, you're still in that loop. But that's the thing. If you start to slow down now, start to switch those habits, start to be a bit more lazy, you're going to see everything. Your baseline will drop. And as your baseline drops, your results drop with it. And then you question, you have to hop back on it and restart. And it's like a bicycle wheel. It just doesn't just go like that. You have to slowly think. And when you get that momentum, then you're going again. But you don't keep that momentum. Then you have to question yourself. You have to say, okay, cool, now I'm starting all over again. It's long. So this is what I mean. When you make a bad decision in the market, that's perfectly fine. And you want self-belief, you need to make sure you aren't only a person who has belief in that market. You have to be a person that has belief in yourself through life.